What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Just as always, I really appreciate you stopping by. I know I'm just kind of jumping into all of this GX stuff, but we're gonna get the GX kind of maintenance stuff, right? So that's what we're kind of continuing today. I realized that both of my the sockets, this little guy, for the turn signals were really bad, kind of broken, crusted up, and just real brittle. Like this one on the passenger side, just smashed all up in there. I'll get you a close-up picture of it. Kind of smashed up in there. I'm almost positive I smashed this one up too, getting the bulb out when I tried to change the bulb. So we're going to replace them. I picked up two of these guys. They're pretty universal. They look exactly like what's there. I got them on Amazon. They're not expensive. So we're going to wire it up. I'm going to show you guys how to do it so that you can do it. It's not very difficult. You do have to get the bumper off to get these lights off. I haven't found an easy way to do that. But the bumper's not terrible, and there's a bunch of videos out there on how to do it, so I didn't walk you through that. I got a couple bolts left to get the light off, and I'll go ahead and pop it off, and I'll throw you in the back there, and I'll kind of show you what we need to do. So stick around, as well watch me get this all in there, and we'll make sure it works. All right, let me pop the light off, and I'll get you behind the light. All right, guys, so basically pulled the light off. So I got all the wiring back in here. This is for the fog lights. This is one of your side markers, another side marker. Here's the turn signal that we're replacing, and then you have your high beam and low beam right here. So if you look at it, let me pop this off. Look at how bad that one's got aluminum in there. Let's get that out of there. So, I mean, you can see how terribly crusty and just rotten that is. That ain't gonna do anything. It looks like it's burned up too. It's seen better days. So all we're gonna do is basically just match the wiring, right? So looking at this like this, here's my red, it's basically the black, so this is your ground here. So same thing, all we're going to do is splice this in here and splice this in here. I'll walk you through it. This video might be a little handsy because, I got to use my hands, but if you look at the back of these, they are almost identical. So should work. I did test it on the passenger. I already did the passenger side, guys, so I know it works. But just know, if you're nervous about not buying OEM, this works. We'll see how long this lasts, but I can't imagine these getting too beat up. I mean, it took this one, I don't know, where are we at, 15, 16 years to get this messed up. So it took a long time for this to get this crusty, so let's get this one done. I'm going to get my tools set up real quick. Yeah, I ended up using these LEDs because while I was doing the install, I felt like kind of the stock lights were getting way too hot and they were just going to melt the new housings again. So first thing we're going to do here is just kind of cut this about right here. I'm going to give myself a good amount of room here and here. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to clean this up here. A little bit more on that one. Alright, perfect. This like this, this like this. I'm going to make a little hook in it. Like that. Same thing here, a little hook. And just like that. I'm going to take this. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off. So we don't need all of this. Perfect, just like that. So you see with them little hooks, just like little hooks, just like that. Now you guys can, kind of do and use whatever you're comfortable with. This is what I like using. I normally just run a sleeve on, and then I'll take one of these, I'll throw this over it, just like that, so that it's in there nice. I'll do the same thing since I have more room on this side here. So we're going to go ahead and just throw your sleeve here on this side. Go right there, just like that. Perfect. Now we can get them together real quick. This. So you're going to go, black goes to this white and black one. Just like that. And what you want to do is just kind of grab them and twist them together like this. Then I'll take this, I'll throw this over it so that the solder ends up right on top of the joint right there. So see it? Solder on top of the joint. Same thing over here. Twist them up a little, and then we're throwing this over, solder on top of the joint. Boom, just like that. Now, what I like to do is, before I solder anything in, this should be working right now. So what we're going to do is put our bulb in, and then also go ahead and put in the new bulbs for the markers. Alright, so quick check. I got my turn signal working, and both of my side markers are working. Perfect. Alright, so now that we've tested this and we know that they're both working, it's time to get this heated up and actually put in together. So for that, I normally just use some type of a torch. It's nice and easy. Kind of why I like these things so much. The solder's already in there, and there is a little bit of heat shrink already tucked into there that kind of melts and tightens it up. So I like that, all melted together. Perfect. Then I take the heat shrink sleeve, just, for fun, and throw it over it. Do the same thing here with this sleeve. Oh, I haven't melted that one in yet. So we're going to heat this one up now. Perfect. Perfect. So that should be good to go. I know I keep calling these side marker lights. One of them is for the side marker on the side. The other one is, I think, your driving light that's kind of always on. And that's what made me notice something was up. And then I realized, like, I was parked looking at a mirror, and I was like, oh, my turn signal isn't working. Neither is the driving light. So, cool. So I'm going to just get the light back on real quick. You guys won't have to watch that. And then I'll come find you after. All right, so right now we got all the lights up and running. This was the one side marker. In here is another side marker. It's like kind of like your driving light, and then turn signal working here. Perfect. Hey, yeah, just like that, we're done. Overall, pretty simple. I mean, nothing too crazy. You saw it's a little cutting and soldering, no issues. Confirmed everything works. We're back on. I feel better now because I noticed I was driving and people pissed off at me. I'm like, something's going on. And when I was at like some office or something, and I could see. I started to check the lights, and that's when I figured out that the driving lights weren't working, and then also the turn signals weren't working. So once I got into it, I saw how broken they were, and then I'm like, oh, we're just gonna get new ones. So if you guys have anything or need any questions, let me know. I'll put a link to everything that I use kind of down below. Also, you can check my shop. I got a bunch of electrical stuff that I always work on there. But yeah, like I said, need anything, let me know. This will also work for almost really any car. It just happens to be on the GX. So y'all be good. Stay safe out there. Hit that like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.